Yeah, so for me, my history was like from 2016 to 2020. I was suffering like through really bad like existential depression, and it led to a really severe eating disorder. And I would just binge eat, binge eat, binge eat every day. I was in so much pain, couldn't digest anything, kept eating. Um, just always felt, I mean, so full and so bloated head to toe. And I've come out of that, but the damage was done. And I just always had this feeling like, not to get graphic, like there was poop in me. Like I always just had something just clogged up almost everywhere. There was like five distinct parts in my intestines that just always felt full. And no matter how many laxatives I tried, um, I did, I've been plant-based too. I'm not eating like junk, you know what I mean? I've been eating clean, and I fasted for 21 days in 2019 on teas and water. And I got some stuff out, some pieces of plaque and some worms and whatnot towards the end of it. But it wasn't anything that like, oh my God, I'm better now. And I just kept feeling, again, just so full and heavy no matter what. And I started researching, I learned about mucoid plaque, and I saw a lot of like juicing regimens and really like aggressive, heavy protocols to get that. And it's like I've done so much extreme stuff to my body, and I tried a lot of those. Nothing really ever worked, to be honest. And then it was actually Josh Mason. He's with the Detox Dudes, if you guys know him. Yeah, on his email list, he talked about ZenCleanz, and he was like so ecstatic and saying, "Oh, this worked, better than anything I've ever done." I was like, "Okay, I trust this dude." So I bought it and I tried it, and oh my goodness, it actually worked. And the first cleanse I did, I mean, I got, like not, I don't know how long that looks on the camera, maybe like 8 inches or so, like a big, big piece of something came out, and I was ecstatic, and I instantly felt like I mean, it didn't cure me, but it was maybe like a 10, 15, 20% better as far as how light I felt and my digestion. And so I actually instantly made an Instagram, instantly became an affiliate, and I was like, yo, like this thing actually works to get the mucoid plaque out. Nothing else ever did. I've been at this for years. So I've done I've done five of them now, and they were all the intestinal one cleanse. And I've had three of them that were really profound. The other two still got stuff out, but it's just there's less and less to pull out every time, so it can't be profound every time. But it's been the most important thing in my detoxing process over these last 5 years, to pull out this old stuff. And each time the old stuff comes out, I feel my consciousness shifting, the anxiety drops, the stress drops, all these subtle things that you don't even know how to manage or where they're coming from. When the thing, you get a big gurgle and it pops out and releases, it's like, oh, it was stuck there. So ZenCleanz has been the number one thing for me to really get in the deep cleaning and get my health back and my digestion back. So
Wow.
everything.
Yeah.
Like during the cleanse, when I actually felt that first like massive gurgle at one of my painful spots, can't talk here. And I felt it like vibrate and dislodge and slip down, ready for elimination. I was like, like, oh my God, like it's been there for years. And it just, and then you go see it in the toilet, you see how it looks, the texture, the smell, it's ridiculously old. It's like, it's so putrid, like you want it like gone from you, like so badly. Um, yeah, I related also like doing, plant medicine or ayahuasca, the purging process. It's like the emotions come right out with it. And like once it's out, like I want it so far away and just gone into the void, you know what I mean? Like move on with life. So for me, like yeah, actually seeing the plaque come out and feeling it vibrate and dislodge off of certain parts of my organs and intestines, that's everything, because it's like some people have tried to say, oh, you're just, pooping out the enzymes clumping together. It's like, no, 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 no. When you feel it dislodge from a part of your intestinal tract, that's what's going on. So that was like, those are the pivotal moments for me, actually feeling it and seeing it. It definitely shifted my awareness, because for years, and I'm still working on this, being stuck in the mindset that like the only way to heal is like you got to go the distance and fast for so long and do all these extreme things, and like it's pushed so much, especially in the scene, in the raw vegan scene, the fruitarian scene, the breatharian scene, Instagram and all this. Everyone wants everyone to like go on these crazy long fasts and detoxes, and juice for 150 days, or all these things that are like really crazy and really extreme the more you look at it unbiased. And after doing something that got me 10 times the results in one day than I did on a 21-day fast, it definitely has shifted that for me. And I tell people like, yo, like, yes, ZenCleanz, it might look expensive, but how expensive is it to spend 30 days on produce and all your time and your money and the ups and the downs? There's so much that goes on with having to go through that process when you could just take a weekend, spend the money, which realistically is the best investment you're going to make in your health to get this crap out of you. So I don't necessarily recommend like fasting much to people. I think periodic fasting is always going to be a good thing. Maybe like one day a week or a couple of days a month. But for me, I don't really have that desire to like, oh, I got to be like Jesus and go 40 days on spring water to get this stuff out. It's like ZenCleanz is just more efficient. And I think as we evolve as humans and scientifically, technologically, nutritionally, there should be things that are providing instant healing. And ZenCleanz, like this is like, we're going to get way, way, way more advanced than even ZenCleanz as time goes on. We don't need these long periods of fasting, these crazy processes anymore. It's going to get more and more simplified, and the healing is going to be more efficient and quicker. So that's the path I recommend to people. So the first one, I definitely was like, I don't want to say like super toxic, but I definitely wasn't like clean at all at that point. So the first one, I felt, yeah, like a balloon. Just like by the end of the day after that last shake, I was like plugged up. And it wasn't necessarily painful. Like I've been through so much bloating, I'm just like, oh, whatever, I'm bloated again. It's fine, it'll pass. But yeah, I just felt like extremely, extremely full. And it's like everything was just sitting there. I'm like, okay, is it gonna do something? And but then once you start releasing, that goes away really quick. And it's just you release, you release all of it, and then it's like, oh, you feel fine. The cleanses after that, like 2, 3, 4, and 5, it's gotten gentler and gentler. I always tell people that are interested, like it's a very gentle thing. The shakes feel very nurturing and very loving to me. They're not aggressive. This is not an aggressive cleanse. It's nutritive and cleansing. And I actually had someone ask me, oh, how do you rebalance the gut flora after this? I said, you don't need to. This is rebalancing the gut flora at the same time, which also sets it apart from everything else, I think. Yeah, for me, it's just they're very gentle, and the first couple might be intense. Like if you're really overweight and like really have a lot of stuff, I can see how it's a completely different experience for that person. I'm quite slender. I don't know, so my experience has been for the most part very mild physically. I feel that. I still feel like if I take and like rub in like right kind of below like the sternums above the belly button where like the gallbladder sits, it feels like there's this freaking golf ball size rock hard thing that's been there for like almost 5 years. And every time I eat a meal, it's like it gets to this point in my digestion where it's like, oh, it just hits this wall and it sits for like a half hour or an hour, and I'm like really pressurized and uncomfortable. And then it passes, and it's like, man, I don't know, obviously I could do more liver cleanses, but like it's been this pain. I really think it's just this huge gallstone I have sitting. So I think I do need, thanks for reminding me to focus more back on the liver again. I mean, it was definitely just like I said, seeing the plaque and like knowing 10,000% that this is one of the major issues that is plaguing humanity, and that this is a major issue why people's emotions are messed up, people's digestion is messed up, why all these, you see the classic, oh, the beer belly, these old dudes. I see dudes on the beach all the time. It's just their legs are skinny, arms are skinny. They got a huge balloon gut, and it's not beer. It's not what the doctors tell you it is. It's not fat. It's just untold pounds of all this old gunk, and it's not being talked about, and it's being like swept under the rug by like the mainstream. And like now that I've seen it, I have friends that have seen it, and we know what's going on. Like this is the number one thing that I think people need to focus their efforts on. Not doing a 3-day juice fast. Do you know what mucoid plaque is? Most people don't. And they think it's like a joke or something, but I want to put people through this because when you see it, when you feel it, you know. And when you know, you're inspired to go deeper and further and to spread the awareness to others. So that's my take on it.